Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Loping. It's a problem in swimming when you see a swimmer go up then disappear under the water. Now it happens a lot with bad swimmers, but we're talking about really good swimmers who do that too. If you look at the 2009, if you look at that on YouTube, in fact I'll link to it just here, the 2009 race between Biderman and Phelps, where Biderman beat Phelps to a world record, you'll see loping in evidence all the time there. So it's really interesting. You can swim that fast with a lope, and if you can swim that fast with a lope, A, why is it done? And B, should you adopt a lope either in pool swimming or in open water swimming? Okay, we're going to go to the computer, have a look at it, and then we'll come back and discuss it. So what exactly is a lope and how does it affect your stroke? Well, let's just look at this swimmer swimming. We can see that every single stroke is going up above the water and then down below the water, and there's a big dive below the water on every single stroke. And that's an extended lope. Let's just slow it down. And you can see to get above the water there's a slight push down of the leading arm, and it's effectively raising the head to breathe. But within that raised head we've also got other things going on. Okay, so let's just take a look at the lope in greater detail. So from this position we can see that the arm pushes down to create a lift of the head. You can see the head is virtually completely out the water there. And we also get a bend in the body. Now that must be creating additional drag, which intuitively you would suggest slows the swimmer down. But from that position the swimmer dives into the water and accelerates underwater. Now from the underwater position we should get a situation where the legs kick really hard and then this arm drives back really hard and then pushes up again to make the lope above the water. So let's see what happens. In this case we're not getting a huge kick, we're just getting that huge drive above the water. But the theory would be that under the water, where we've broken surface tension, and because of that dive forward, we're actually going faster than we could otherwise if we were on the surface. Another factor that we have is that it effectively slows down the stroke. You see this is full speed, and you can see it's quite a slow stroke rate that we have. And that stroke rate effectively saves energy, or can save energy, perhaps in the first part of a race. So some people use a loping stroke in the first part of a race and then go to a smoother stroke in the second part of a race when they actually want to develop maximum speed on the surface of the water. Now the examples I've shown you is with our swimmer swimming normally, but here he is actually coming to slightly faster speeds. And you'll see that the legs are now kicking pretty hard when he gets underwater. And this is not a slow speed. He's swimming at a fast speed here, and the swimmer next to him is also a good swimmer and is somewhat loping as well. If you see the swimmer next to him lopes to the other side and comes underwater, you can see that's completely underwater. So we're looking now effectively at this swimmer, and if you look, up under the water, exactly the same as this swimmer, where you can see that push down there and under the water. But the legs, now he's under the water, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. So the kick is really accelerated when this swimmer wants to go fast. So just slow the video down here, which is what we would expect from a loping swimmer. They want to make the maximum distance they can from that underwater section, and we can see that that's happening now that this swimmer is going slightly faster. So here we have two what I would consider to be normal swimmers with a smooth, even stroke coming through. Now the swimmer on the right hand of our picture is not really catching the water as much as we'd like, but he's not a slow swimmer. You can see the hips rotate to the surface, and the body is generally kept in line the whole way. They can breathe to either side, but it's a smooth swim. It's as you would expect a traditional smooth front crawl to be swum. And it's really even, there's no massive lift of the head, And we would expect that particular style to be faster than the other. But in reality, the two boys you've just seen are faster than these two girls. You might expect that because they're boys versus girls. But these girls are good swimmers, and they haven't got a lope, whereas the loping swimmers don't lose any speed by that loping. At least not noticeable speed. We would have to judge really carefully whether it was worthwhile correcting the lope and trying to turn them into these slightly smoother swimmers that you see here. Okay, so there you have it. Fast swimmers loping and actually making a very good job of it. And if a world championship, world record holders can lope, then perhaps that's the right method for you. But I would say this, when you lope, you tend to have that really strong kick underwater that you saw in that example that I showed you. Now, if you have that really strong kick underwater, you're actually using your legs. And in triathlon, that might not be a very good idea when you're going to come out the water, go onto a bike and then onto a run. You might want to save those leg muscles and work on your shoulder muscles. However, if you are a pool swimmer, you might want to develop a lope to slow down your stroke, and then when you really need to power on, you'll find that if you go slightly faster stroke rate, you'll be a smooth swimmer. It's worth experimenting with different things and seeing whether a lope improves your speed or actually detracts from your speed. Everything you do should be based on what you have tried in the pool, and if you try it and it actually improves your speed, then clearly something about it can work for you. And I have known people to try loping and instantly take time off their swimming. Now, there you go. So hopefully that's got you thinking about it at least, because there's not just one way to do something. There are many ways to do something that can make sense. All right, hopefully that's helped you. See you next week. Keep enjoying the sunshine, enjoying the summer. Train well. Bye.